Resolve to Resolve, where we give you awesome stories of students who have sought out solutions to problems both big and small. I'm your co-host, Camille Fay.
And I'm Dan Ketterer. We're coming to you today from North Salem High School in North Salem, New York. The students whom you'll see today sure had a lot of fun resolve some pretty tricky problems in and around the school. Here's a bit of what's to come.
First, we take a look at how North Salem School is going from great to ultimate.
Then we'll see what good can come from when a group of friends has some free time at lunch.
We also meet Kevin, who has his own way of looking at life.
Hi, I'm Kevin Longest reporting in from North Salem High School. We have our very first problem solver, Steve Porter, who is a senior and is on a quest to create his own ultimate frisbee team in our very own school.
I found my love with frisbee on YouTube once, just searching around because I do that a lot. And I found this professional ultimate frisbee player named Brody Smith. And I watched a bunch of his videos and I just really liked the things he did, and I got really, really interested into it. The steps I took to create this team would be that I asked around in school if people would be interested, and I got some positive feedback. So I made a sign-up sheet with, I think it was about 21 spots. And I walked around the school during my free periods and I just asked people if they'd be interested, and I actually got about 24 or 25 people to sign up. From there, we would figure out times. This is one of the most important parts. And one of the obstacles that I overcame, or am trying to overcome, is to brainstorm with all the kids about when they all have other sport practices, because I don't want that to interfere with our practices. Next process from that was finding a place to play and talking to Dr. Pavino and the athletic director of our school, Mr. Sassone. And they said that we could play in the field hockey field in the back. So I felt that that would be a perfect place to play. If we can get this all figured out, if they would like to sponsor it, maybe, I'm not sure, that'd be fantastic. Aspects of my life, I've learned to be a problem solver, and I've learned to come up with new ways to fix things and come up with new ways to go through with things, and I've used that to help me with this ultimate frisbee team. I've played in our physical education class. I started to play ultimate frisbee in our class, and I've gotten Mr. Broderick to start having other classes play ultimate frisbee, which I thought was really cool. I would consider myself a critical thinker. I believe that if I have something I'm interested in, I follow through with it, and if there's any problems if there's any problems I come to, I try to find as many ways as possible to overcome them. You sign up, you give me your name, grade, and email, and then I email you in the spring to see if you'd still be interested, and if you are, you're ready to go. I feel the training that we would all go through is to everyone, just not even at practices, people at home, get a disc and go outside and just throw. I see it as a way for me to do other things after school, and a way to, I guess you could say, express my love for ultimate frisbee. Yeah.
Steve, this is some really exciting news. Where do you feel like you're going to go from here?
Hopefully in the spring we'll have our team, and then it can continue on in the future years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Calvin from Resolve to Resolve. Back to you at the studio.
Wow, welcome back to Resolve, where critical and creative thinking takes center stage as our students see a need and solve problems.
Next up, North Salem Middle Schoolers decide to tackle a real-world problem.
Caitlin, Robert, Charlie, AJ, and Giancarlo are 7th graders who share a common lunch period. Browsing the Resolve to Solve board one day, they came upon a challenge and their heads started spinning.
The challenge seeks ideas for a vessel or the materials for a vessel to hold seeds in unfortunate countries who don't have the same things that we do.
Rodents can't be able to get into it.
Nor insects.
We learned about this challenge on a billboard. It started out as just me and Giancarlo and my brother as a team. And then Caitlin was by herself, so they kind of recruited her.
I'm not a big group person.
That's very nice of you guys.
And
Charlie came
Charlie, yeah.
after, because we need more help, we thought. We selected this challenge because we thought it would be helpful and we thought it'd be easiest out of all the other challenges because the other challenges we thought would be too hard for us.
Like, make a helicopter that can fly 3 meters for a minute.
Even though that did have the most money involved. Internet's my best friend. I went on the internet and I searched up a whole bunch of times all different materials in the Google search bar. And then we had Mrs. Sandler's help for some of it.
I also searched up materials, what was the strongest, the price, and how much.
I've had experience that I use titanium tennis rackets, and I know that's very strong and light at the same time, so that's what we made the container out of.
Well, it kind of helped because we all had different ideas, and then we all used our ideas to make one more durable,
successful vessel.
Yeah.
Well, we started off with a round cylinder container with ballistic nylon straps. Cost a lot, and we just scratched that idea. Then Caitlin thought of this specific metal. What was it called?
Titanium.
Not that one.
The aerogels.
Aerogels, but they absorb water, and the more they absorb water, the more they liquefy, and they start to melt. And turns out when you drop them on the floor, they shatter like glass.
So we switched to titanium, which was cheap.
Charlie, what is Innocentive?
It's the company that ran this problem.
They hosted it. Well, we had to type it up basically on Microsoft Word and make a diagram and explain basically what it was in detail, so that way it had the most likely chance to get picked by the seeker. So it definitely has to look pretty and it has to make sense.
The most fun was basically just brainstorming different ideas and then finding that some of them were ridiculously priced, like AJ's ballistic nylon.
I think the most fun was, well, as we did the project, we kind of goofed off a little. It was still fun doing it.
So guys, what happens next?
I guess more problems, because the more problems you do, the more chance you have of helping others and getting lots more money.
Greenbacks.
In the bucks. I don't know what it is for.
Do you guys believe you're good problem solvers?
I would say so.
I mean, it's
Probably.
basically based on how you do your steps and what logic you use to define them.
Making cool names for things.
That's not part of solving anything. It's part of solving.
Well, that's fantastic.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Keep me updated on the results, and keep everyone else updated on the results. As Team Zulu moves to solve more problems. I'm Sam Lutsky, reporting from North Salem Middle High School.
I think that's bad.
Next up, Kevin Quaglino, a North Salem senior who, when assigned a school project, chose to approach it from a very unique point of view.
In our French 2 honors class, there is an assignment where students are to document the day in the life of someone else or of themselves. And this is in order to reinforce reflexive verbs. Je me suis réveillé, I woke up. Je me suis levé, I got up out of bed. And so they're documenting the day in the life of someone from start to finish using this reflexive vocabulary. So students could have the opportunity to do this project in a variety of ways. They could videotape, they could create a PowerPoint with photos, they could create something entirely different like this, which is one student's storybook about a day in the life of the band One Direction. She documented them waking up and brushing their teeth and getting dressed and all of that, and documented through their whole day. Other students did comic book strips. Other students did posters, so they had a lot of opportunity for variety.
I knew I wanted to do a video, so I decided to document my day, and just the way I did it was different. Well, I was sitting in my room thinking of multiple ideas on how to film myself during the day. Would I get a friend to do it, or would I just do the vlogging, hold it to myself? But then my dad, who works in advertising, was talking to me about a mounted camera to myself, and that's how I got the idea of just carrying it around on a backpack all day, giving like just a headshot. Well, first off, I knew that I had to use a backpack, and I had to basically just find a way to get everything inside the backpack and have a stable system to hold the camera in front of me. And with a few seconds of looking around my house, I found a few wire coat hangers and some duct tape. And through stuffing I inverted the bags into themselves and stuffed them in and duct taped it around so it would stay steady. And then I shoved the coat hangers back into the bag, and with a lot of redistributing of duct tape, I was able to secure them. I finally put it together, and we managed to come out with a pretty good montage. I think it got a pretty positive review by the class, and the grade wasn't too bad either.
So one exciting thing that came out of Kevin's project was walking around with this contraption all day at school. Students wondered, hey, what are you doing? What is that? Which got him talking about the project and thinking about it with other students who weren't even in French or other students he saw throughout his day, just so that it was sort of a buzz throughout the school and known that problem solving was happening and problem solving in action all day long.
Now, Kevin, where do you go from here after making such an amazing contraption?
From here, I'm just trying to see what I can do next. The next big thing that I'm going to try and make. Something different, something crazy, whatever. The future, it's gonna lead my way. It's going to lead me.
And you have a lot of creative ideas on the way.
Well, thank you. Yes.
I'm Mackenzie Dunn for Resolve to Resolve. Back to you in the studio. Well, whether it's starting a club you've always wanted to be a part of, helping humanity, or rocking an assignment, these students have proven that with a little creative and critical thinking, nothing is impossible.
That's all we have time for today. We hope you enjoyed learning how North Salem students resolve to resolve.